All right, let's see. Let's see. We got some note takers. Sure, let's record this thing. Uh, guys, technically we're starting in like in about like 3 4 minutes. Um, and we got about 50, at least 50 people coming in, and they're coming in hot. There's a lot of people joining this webinar, so I'm super excited that you guys can make it. So far, we got 9 people here. Guys, we got about at least 50 people coming or more. Lots of heavy hitters, lots of people in the game. People with a lot of money are here. So um, we still got 2 minutes before we start. So I will give this time, this 2 minutes that we have, whoever wants to kind of speak up and kind of introduce themselves and yeah, just like plug in what you're doing, where you're from. Anyone can kind of just jump in or raise your hand or something.
11 people. That's me. I'm one of them. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for making it.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm just here in the caravan office. So I'll go off camera, but I'm calling in from Burnaby, and look forward to hearing what you have to say about Edmonton. But I'm going to just hibernate here and let you do your thing.
100%, 100%. Yeah, thanks for coming in.
All right.
Maybe in the chat, if you guys got a phone, or if you can type, just put it in the chat where you're from. I just want to see where everyone's from to kind of gauge where we're at. Just want to see where everyone's from. I think a lot of you guys are from. We got Nova Scotia, we got Calgary. Guys, we got a lot of people coming in today. Okay, a lot of people. So I want you guys
Hello.
to.
Hey, Ryan. I'm Steve. I'm from Calgary. Can you hear me?
I definitely can, sir.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, I'm totally interested. Let's see. Let's. I'm ready for what you got. Sitting on the beach. I'm sitting on the beach in Wausau.
Looks like it. Okay, look, I'm gonna wait for a lot more people to come. Look, we got how many people here? We
Yeah,
got
no,
20.
I'm sitting here at the beach.
Cool. Which beach you in?
It's in Wausau, BC.
Yeah. Cool,
Yeah,
man.
no, it's a nice little lake. Yeah,
I'm a
I got
little
a
jealous.
property over here.
Yeah. I'm a little jealous, but it's okay.
Yeah. I'm doing it. I'm doing it on the water. So
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Cool. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're gonna do today, guys, I'm gonna be talking about how you can build wealth, literally developing real estate, okay, from the ground up, and why you should do it. So I just want to first say there's gonna be a lot of people here. I'm just gonna mute you real quick, Steve. So there's gonna be a lot of people coming here today, okay? There's gonna be at least 30, 40, probably, we'll see. There's a lot of heavy hitters here. I'm just gonna be completely honest. All the people here I personally invited from the list of investors that I've had in the years that I've done real estate. Okay, so there's people here with at least 300K cash, 500. Some people here have 2 million, 5 million.
Yeah, I'm not sure
cash.
if he did anything to it. The fuck my saw go?
Sorry, I'm gonna have to mute you, Richard. So
What do you want? Double?
I'm gonna have to mute you.
And then, bro.
2.5 cream, 1 sugar. Small, that was. Okay.
How do I mute everybody? Okay. Anyways, please, I'll give you some chance to network here at the end, actually, so you guys can kind of talk amongst each other. But for now, let's talk about this opportunity that we have. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna show you guys what I have for you today. Okay. So again, if you're just joining here, very excited. We're going to be talking about developing real estate and how you could pull out all your money and do it again, and how I've done it myself. So this is actual real life stuff that we're talking about, and not just theory. So hopefully you find a lot of value in this. So I'm going to open up my thing here. So real quick, if you're just joining us, just drop in the chat where you're from, introduce yourself, what you're doing in real estate, how many doors you have as well, okay? Where you're from, how many doors you have. Do that. All right. Hopefully you guys can see,
Yeah.
my screen here. Let's see. Pardon me, this is my first time going this big with this many people. So I'm gonna have to figure this out a little bit. Okay, you guys can see this, right? You guys can see my screen?
Oh. Yes.
Yeah, cool. Let me close this, close that. Okay, sweet. Let's see in the chat real quick what you guys are saying. In Calgary, currently have 2 doors, cool.
Huh?
Your SIMs run by activating Scan Pay on the mobile app.
Guys, so please, if you can mute yourself, just to have some respect for everyone so we can all enjoy this presentation. All right, so what's gonna happen here today is we're gonna be talking about real estate and how you could develop real estate and create wealth, okay? So why you should do this and how it's done. Basically, I'm gonna kind of explain why I did this, okay? Why did I even make this in the first place? So to begin with, and if you're just joining right now, I'm glad to have you, but we're talking about why you should develop in real estate. I made this because number one, there's not enough information, okay, on developing real estate. If you go on YouTube, you try to find how do you actually develop, not just buy existing real estate, because that's not how you make money. You make money by developing, and I'll show you exactly how and why you should do this. No one is giving this kind of information. You can't really find it on podcasts, YouTube. If you do, it's not that well explained. So that's why I made this presentation for you guys, okay? So that's number one. Number two, there's also lots of confusion on the MLI Select, okay? So everyone knows about CMHC and MLI Select, where you could pull out all of your initial investment, but not a lot of people understand the entire structure and how it works right now, okay, in 2025, August 23, okay? Number three, I also want to stand out from all the other developers and actually provide real
Yeah.
to you guys, okay? So that is basically why I did this. So guys, please take some notes. If you're on the beach, like our friend, maybe can't take notes because you're on the beach, but maybe take some mental notes, okay? Let's see, I'm just admitting more people. Okay, cool. So essentially, guys, I'm gonna be exposing some secrets to you, okay? Some secrets today that we use as developers. That's how we could grow from 0 doors up to, currently right now, I'll show you how many doors that I have, but this is what we're gonna be talking about today. So hopefully you find a lot of value in this. Stick till the end. I'm gonna be showing you some bonuses as well, only for the people that came to this webinar. I'll give you some bonuses and a challenge that you can do for yourself, okay? So real quick, I just want to set the stage. This is not for you if you don't have at least 300K in cash, okay? This is just not for you. If you don't have that money, you could stay if you want, watch this thing, but you do need some cash to get this done, just being honest, okay? That's number one. Number two, if you're not willing to wait 12 to 15 months to actually develop, right? So if you're looking for get rich quick, this is not for you, okay? There's no get rich quick here, but you can build wealth pretty fast, okay? Now,
Hey, Ryan, I don't mean to interrupt, but is equity a line of credit considered cash?
oh, great question, dude. Yeah, equity is considered cash, and we'll
Okay.
I'll do some questions in the end, but great
Okay,
question.
sorry.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. Thank you. That is considered cash. So if you guys got some LOCs, line of credit, or home equity lines of credit, you could pull that out. That's cash. Okay, that's totally fine. Great question. Now this is for you if you have at least 300 cash, Or if you have partners, you guys can partner together, 150, 150, right? I did that in my previous deals. This is also for you if you're willing to wait, right? And if you have a long-term growth mindset, okay? So hopefully that's you guys here today. Now, let me just explain the downsides of developing. Number one, you need big cash up front. Like I just said, you need 300K. It's a lot of money. And then the second downside, you need to wait like 12 to 15 months to complete. Okay, so that's the downside. There's no upsides without downsides. Now the upsides of developing real estate is actually once it's built, once it's done, you create huge equity. Okay, the spread is massive because you built it from the ground up. Okay, so number two, you get to pull out all of that money that you just invested, the 300K, you get to pull that out and you can do it again and again. And I'll show you exactly how to do that, okay? So you're able to build generational wealth, brand new units. Guys, if you currently own old buildings, okay? Like if you're new here, if you're just joining us, drop in the chat where you're from, how many units you have, okay? Do those two things. If you're buying old units, like an old 9-unit or old single family house, you know the headaches. You know that the property manager hates managing your property. It's tough to pay them that 10% PM fee. And you always have to consistently repair. You know that. But with brand new units, actually, this is one of my units right here. This is a basement suite, brand new. Guess what? Quartz countertop, okay? Soft close cabinets, 9-foot ceilings. I'm in the basement, but this is 9-foot ceilings, okay? My main floor, my second floor is also 9-foot ceilings. So that means I have 10-year warranties on everything. My appliances, actually the whole thing, right? Foundation, roof, the mechanical, everything has 10-year warranties, and I provide that as well in my builds, okay? So this is what I'm gonna explain to you guys here today. Also, you're gonna have high quality tenants because the people that's living here need to be able to afford to pay these, upscale prices to rent. Therefore, they're more, they're scared to kind of not pay, right? They don't want that smear on their record for being a bad tenant, okay? So I'm just on the chat here. We've got a couple of questions here. Guys, I'll answer all of these. I'll answer it right now. So do you have a sample of a building? How does it look like? Yes, I do. In slide 50 something. Okay, so stick till the end and you'll see that. Vancouver, looking for a development partner. I have 500K cash. Guys, just being in this webinar, you can network with people like this guy in Vancouver. He has $500,000 cash. He wants to partner together, okay? So hopefully you gain some value from me speaking, but also meeting other people in this webinar, okay? So hopefully you spent your Saturday well with me, okay? Hopefully I didn't waste your time. So I'll go back to the chat later. Let's go back to the slides. So I'll do a quick in-depth dive on the whole thing, a proper structure. Okay, who am I, the opportunity, why Infills, why Edmonton is king, the cost, the MLI secret, the build, the floor plans, the vision, the mission, the cash flow number, and some bonuses like I promised you guys, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do. So who am I? I think first and foremost, let's start with that. We always got people joining, so if I keep re-explaining myself, that's why. Okay, so if you're just joining us right now, drop in the chat where you're from and how many doors you have. Okay, I'm talking to you, Victor. You just jumped in. So I'm also, guys, this is also live. I'm posting this on YouTube as a replay, so you can watch this whole thing again. Yeah. So 11 years experience. I actually started as a painter. Okay, I started my own painting company when I was 17. Okay, so I've been self-employed for 11 years basically. Okay, so that's how I got into real estate. A lot of people ask me, how did you get so many doors so fast? How did you do this? Did you go to school? Blah blah. It's because I started a painting company, okay, when I was 17. So I was actually awarded Entrepreneur of the Year. So that's me. I don't know why I used that picture. That's kind of embarrassing, but yeah, Entrepreneur of the Year. as a painting company. 2014, and then 2021, I bought my first multifamily. Okay, it was a 9-unit in 10207, 107, I believe. So lots of headaches. 1950 building, lots of undesirable tenants. May I say that word? And so I learned a lot of lessons from that. Okay, it was a lot of headaches. Cash flow was not there. I didn't get wealthy. I thought I finally bought my first multifamily. I thought I was going to get wealthy because I didn't want to do single family homes, right? Single family homes are hard to scale. They don't cash flow enough. You only have one tenant or maybe two in the basement. But I bought my first 9 units and it wasn't what I thought it was. Okay, lots of headaches. I still have to drive there, and it was a nightmare. So I learned from this experience. Okay, and again, if you guys are just joining us, I keep saying this, but if you're just joining us, drop in the chat where you're from, how many doors. Okay, where you're from, how many doors. We've got lots of heavy hitters in this room, in this webinar, so you guys can get a chance to network with each other. So after I bought that, I sold it and I jumped straight into a brand new development. Okay, so actually right now I'm at 8 million in current real estate portfolio in 2025, all brand new. Okay, $8 million. So pretty proud of that, and I scaled pretty fast. How did I do it? I'll show you exactly how I did it and why I'm helping you guys. Why am I even doing this? What's in it for me? Okay, so right now I have 6 developments on the go as well. So I'm doing this for clients as well. So this is why I'm doing this. I want to be able to help you guys and build for you, okay? Because I have a GC company. So there you go. There's my goal, okay? It's to build for clients and make you guys happy. That was the next slide. Okay, so guys, if you have a pen and paper, this is when you should bust it out right now. Pull out your pen and paper so you could take notes. Look, if you are serious about creating generational wealth, right, and you can't even sit down, you can't pull out a pen and paper. I know one of you guys is on a beach. That's fine, but I'm just saying, right? Okay. So this is the difference. This is a case study between buying old and developing new. Okay. And sorry, there's so many people coming in, so I have to. Guys, if you're just joining us right now, in the chat, type where you're from and how many doors you have. Where you're from, how many doors you have. Type in the chat because we've got a lot of big players here and medium players too. That's fine. Okay, so again, and I have a replay of this whole thing. So if you missed it, that's okay. You can go on my YouTube. You could watch the whole thing again. Okay, so we're going over the case study of buying old versus developing new. My first one was 9 units. I bought it for 820. Okay. Lots of headaches, consistent repairs, delinquent tenants, not enough cash flow to support the property manager. Why? It was an older building, rents were super low. I can't jack up the rents because it's not a good location, problem property. And actually, I sold it. I made some money, but I'll show you the difference here. Okay, the difference is with a new building, okay, 8 units, total cost was 1.9. Significantly more expensive, but look, peace of mind, brand new everything, respectable tenants, and can easily pay the property manager 10%. Okay, so what did I do with both of these? Like I told you, I sold the 9 units, I made a profit. Okay, cool. With this one, I refied at 2.3. So I kept the building and pulled out the money. I'll show you what that means. Okay, so let's go through my very first infill story. Okay, so this is in King Edward Park in Edmonton. If you don't know where King Edward Park is, it's by the mall, Bonnie Doon Mall. Good location. 10, 13 minutes away from University of Alberta. Okay, so and I'll talk about the different locations and where you should buy in a bit. So I bought this lot for $390. Let me just go in the chat real quick. Karen, originally from Toronto, now in Edmonton, just investing new. Welcome. OP, got 8 doors in Edmonton, 2 doors in Calgary, 95 in Toronto. Hi. Thanks for joining. Hi, nice to see you again. So I bought this lot for $390. Okay. How did I buy it? I financed it. All right. So this is where, again, guys, pen and paper, please. It'll help you a lot. Okay, pen and paper. So the price, $390. Bought it for 35% down payment. Okay, and I can help you guys throughout this entire process. I'll show you how to do this, but I'm just going through the numbers so you can see where your investment goes. Okay, so 35% of 390 is 136,500. Okay, you could pull out your calculator, do it with me. Okay, so that's what I put at closing to buy this lot. Now, I need to put in an extra 180 grand in soft costs. Okay, so these soft costs, the banks need to see, the construction lenders need to see us put in some work. Okay, so that it satisfies the equity requirement. So basically what I'm trying to say is owning the land is not enough. Okay, just owning the land isn't enough. We need to put in extra work to get the construction financing. Okay, so it's approximately around 180,000 more. So what does this include? So this 180 is the cash that you need on top of buying the land. So this 180 is what? Getting the blueprints, the architecture drawings, disconnect gas, water, and electricity, the plot plan, the energy report, okay, demo, structural engineering, yeah, civil as well, demo and abatement's very expensive, permits as well, super expensive. Permits are 22 grand alone, okay, just for the city, fence rental, etc., BP and DP, okay. So if you can see there, this is an actual real life budget breakdown on the right side, okay, of the total that I've spent of the 180 to basically satisfy the banks. Okay, so you can see if we go top to bottom, the lock and board up. So we need to board up the house to prevent people breaking in, right? Deposit for my drawings, garage, I have to board that up too. Gas, disconnect, second payment, third payment for drawings, asbestos, fourth for drawings, plot plan, new servicing, 3D renders for you guys. So you can see the the new thing that we're gonna build. Garbage cleanup, enviromatics, lockup fix, a demo permit, Oasis engineering, IB engineering, DP, abatement, lawn mowing, demo permits, EPCOR, concrete, lumber, warranty, overhead, and COC insurance. Okay, so all these are very important. We need to pay these before we can even get some draws. Now there are some instances that we can get draws, but I'm giving you the worst case scenario. We need to spend this 180. Okay, good. So now I'll show you the breakdown. Now again, guys, I'm gonna be super comprehensive in this webinar. I'm grateful that you guys spent your time with me here today. So other suite of requests. No. Okay. So sorry, someone was just requesting to record. Guys, this is already recorded. If you're trying to record, this is already recorded. You can go on my YouTube after this. The whole thing is live right now, actually, as we speak. Okay, it's live. So okay, so this is all the costs. So as you can see, 1.581. Okay, that includes the hard and the soft costs, and then land at the bottom 390. So you can see my total cost is around 1.9. Let's just round up and say 2 million. If you divide that by the square footage, we should land around $195 to $200 per square foot. Okay, if I'm going too fast, just let me know. I'll go slower. If you want me to, just let me know, guys. Am I going at a good pace? Let me know in the chat. I don't want to go too fast or too slow too. Okay, good pace. Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you, appreciate it. Okay, so why do we develop? Looky here. This is a real appraisal. Okay, you could call them. Actually, don't call them, guys. Don't bother them. But Gettle, I use them. I use Frost. I use a couple other appraiser guys here. So 2.5 is the appraised price or value. Okay, value. Okay, my total cost is 2 million. Right? We just rounded up 2 million. It's worth 2.5 on paper. Okay. Now, I know when we sell, we're not going to be able to get the appraised value most of the time. Sometimes we can actually, but we're saying the banks actually they fund based off of this appraisal value. So this appraisal documents are important regardless. Okay, so it's valued at 2.5. So what does that mean? I created $500,000 of equity in one deal. Okay, if you do 2 deals, that's $1 million you just created by doing nothing. Well, it's pretty passive, I'd say, the whole build, because I take care of the build for you. Okay, so is pretty passive, honestly. I just got a question here. Will you send this cost breakup in mail? Please let me know. I can't see it and understand as fonts are very small. Sure, man. Look, I mean, I'm going to be presenting to you guys an offer at the end for us to work together. So that's an opportunity we can do. Okay. So we'll discuss that. Now it's worth 2.5, right? Okay. So what does that mean? This is where we can start compounding infinitely. Okay. And this is what developers don't want you guys to know. So every single one of you guys here, all 44 people here, developers don't tell you these things. Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, you're welcome, dude. So infinite compounding. This is how it works. Okay, I'm sure you've heard of it. Albert Einstein sent this. Compounding is the 8th wonder of the world. You'll see why. Okay. All right. Hopefully, you guys still have your notes and your pens out. Let's do some math together. This is some friendly math. Okay. So total cash invested. Remember, paid 137 for the land. Actually, it was 136,500. I just round up. Okay, I just round these things up so it's easy math. Okay, so 137, but paid for land, 180 for soft costs. Okay, so what does that leave us? That means we invested $317,000. Okay, now there's broker fee, the lender fee, there's interest cost, but that gets rolled into the total cost usually most of the time. Okay, so if you want to play it safe, say add in another 40 grand. So let's say you invested 350, okay, for the lender fee, broker fee, all that stuff. But again, we can roll that all into the actual loan, so you don't have to be out of pocket. So what does this mean, guys? Your total cash return is, remember, with CMHC, they give you 95% off your appraisal value. Now, remember, our appraisal was 2.5, right? So I put this in here, 2.3. I just made it lower, just like worst case scenario, right? I just made it lower, whatever. So made it lower. So guys, pull out your calculators. Let's do this together. What is 95% of 2.3? Remember, CMHC will give 95% loan to value. The value is 2.3. What's 95% of that? It should give you this number here, 2.185. Right? Hopefully we're all on the same page. I'm just reading the chat. When is this model possible? I mean, what is the minimum fund? I told you guys you need at least 300 to do this, okay? And you can watch the replay of this, Azar. Okay? So if we're all at the same number, 2.185, cool. So let's see how this shakes out. Thanks again, no problem. Let's see how this shakes out. Okay, let's go. So remember, our total net cost is 1.971 to be exact, right? I showed you the breakdown. Cool. Next, CMHC gives 95% LTV on the 2.3, right? So that's 2.1. Let me just let some people in here. They're a little late. Welcome if you're joining us. Again, if you're new, put in the chat where you're from and how many doors you have. Where you're from, how many doors. There's a lot of big players here, network with them. So we're just going over how I...
Sounds simple, right? But trust me, it's super challenging and exciting.
Sorry, I have to mute you. Okay, so guys, focus. So 2.185 we got, minus our cost. Okay, so that gives us 214,000 at the back. Okay, once it's done, we get 214,000 in cash, tax-free. Now hold on, remember, let's add, so that's 214. I brought that back down. Remember, in that 1.971, we have equity in there. Remember, we bought the land for 35% down, and we put in 180 grand of soft cost, right? So we're getting that back as well, because that's in the 1.971, right? So remember, the land and the soft cost, we invested 317,000. Remember that number? That's why I have to write this down. So meaning we got 214 surplus plus our original 317 equals, right? 214 plus 317 is 531,000 tax free. Okay? Isn't that cool? And we get to keep the building as well. Okay? So it's kind of like we sold it, but we didn't sell it. You know? And it's tax free. Okay? So what does that mean? We took 300,000, it turned into 530 in a year, and you own a building, and it's worth 2.5. 431 is our return. Yes, sir. Right? Don't worry, we'll do some more examples so you can fully understand. So we put up 317 and got back to 14 when the build is done. You got back to 14 plus your original 317. Yeah. Why would we get the 317 back? Okay, so it's just math, right? Like, so in the 1 point, okay, let me just go back. Maybe I'll go back, okay? I'll go back. Go back. Let's go all the way back. Okay. Let me go back to my budget. Here, okay? Remember this budget, 1.9? 1.971. Look at the bottom. Land cost is 390. Remember, you own part of that land in cash because you dropped 35%. Got it? Okay. On top of that, you spent 180. So off of this 1.581 total hard and soft cost, 180 grand is your equity that you paid, right? You actually send this to me. I'm your builder. This is why I'm doing this. I want to be your builder. Okay. I'll build for you. You give this to me. I'll do the work. You know what I'm saying? So from there, okay, we go back, we go forward, forward. Okay, remember this cash? 317, you spent this. This is your money, okay? But remember, they give 95% off the 2.3, which is 2.1. But 2.1 is more than 1.9. In that 1.9 is your money, right? Include your money. Okay, so you mean all the accounts are clear and we have 513 in return? Is that the magic? Yes, that's the magic. The sheets is not legible, can't ask more questions. Okay, we'll talk. Isn't CMHC funding loan to cost rather than loan to appraised value? Great question. We're not using CMHC construction. We're using CMHC takeout. Okay, Linda, that's the magic here. We're using CMHC takeout. And I'll explain that. So the actual construction is not CMHC backed. We're going private with the construction. If we go CMHC with the construction, it's not even, it's gonna take 4 or 5 months. We're gonna be delayed. There's no point of doing it. Plus they need to see 20% equity anyways, plus only ATB is doing it for these smaller deals. It's plus they would need a QS. They're gonna do holdbacks and they won't fund the GST on invoice. And I'll explain all of that if you don't understand what that is, but basically it's bad news is what I'm saying. Or it's just, you just need a lot more money, plus it takes a long time, okay? So that's why we're doing private construction and then takeout at the end. So hopefully I didn't lose you guys, but basically stick with me. What I'm trying to say is we turned our 300 into freaking 500, okay? So let's keep going. If you guys have any more questions, keep dropping it. Okay, so if you were just joining us today, welcome. Drop in the chat where you're from, how many doors you have. There's a lot of really experienced people here as well. There's some beginners too, so you guys can network together. You can start construction without owning the land outright. Most lenders want to see you own the land. Oh, outright, you mean in total cash? Yep, you don't need to own the land 100% free and clear. Okay, you could finance it for 35%, and that's what I just showed you, Ricardo. If you saw the math that I was doing. Okay, we could go back if you want. We could do this all day. We can go back if you guys want. So here's the summary. Okay, I turned 317 into 531 tax free in 12 months. Cool, huh? No, got it. Lol. Okay, cool. Cool, right? Okay. But what's cooler is we built $500,000 equity, right, in the building. So we pulled that out. Also, guys, we kept the building. Hooray, right? So that's the goal with real estate, just like Monopoly. You want to keep your buildings, never sell your buildings, right? I mean, you could sell if you want, but remember, if you sell, you pay what? Capital gains. Number two, you pay realtor fees. We all love realtors, of course, but they take a big chunk out of our profits, right? So instead of selling, refi, take out the money tax free, build more, okay? And we're also cash flowing from the building. Hooray, right? So we kept the building, $0 in the building. So what does that mean? That's literally mathematically an infinite return, right? So if you have $0 into something and it's giving you money, that's house money. It's free money, right? It's infinite returns. So that's what's happening. Are you using different lenders for buying the land construction project than CMHC? Yeah, so I have a network of private lenders, okay, to help you buy the land and the construction. The construction and the land can be one lender. I have so many connections. We could use a separate lender for the land and construction. We could use the same guy for the land and construction. I have guys who actually lend their own money. They're actual private lenders. They will lend their own money, okay? And then we take out with CMHC. So great question. Okay, so let's keep going. Yeah, so I'm cash flowing about less than $1,000 a month. Okay, so it's nothing crazy, but that's after property manager, repairs and maintenance, vacancy of 3%. What else? Yeah, utilities, all that stuff. Okay, so it's not bad. And then we're building more. Okay, so what did I do with the 531 I just took out? Guess what? Buy more land. Do it again, right? Don't stop. Why stop? Keep going. Okay, so that's the whole thing. That's why you should do this. So let me give you guys a couple more numbers to chew on. Okay, so this is an actual cash flow matrix that I made myself. I personally made myself. Okay, with the 2.3 takeout, 2,100 upstairs, 1,200 downstairs. I actually have 2 bedrooms down there, so this should be more. This should be 1,400. 21,000 for tax, etc. CMHC premium did go up from 2.8, it went up to 5.5. So we're gonna have to adjust for that. But essentially at this takeout, this is what we're cash flowing, about $800. But again, I do have 2 bedrooms in the basement, but yeah, whatever. And then property management of 6%. Miscellaneous is 0. Vacancy of this one I made 2%. So anyways, the biggest one is always the taxes and insurance. Okay, it's just funny. The city wants affordable housing, but the most expensive line item we have on our buildings is taxes. 13% of our income goes to tax. Okay, they want affordable housing, but they want to tax so much. Okay, whatever. So, all right. So let me take you guys to project number 3. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm showing you guys real life examples. Okay, real life examples, no theory stuff. This is what I'm doing actually for myself right now. I'm doing these right now, 2025, August 23, for myself. So I can give you guys real numbers. So this one is a corner lot. I bought it for $615. A little bit more expensive to buy the university. If you know anything about Edmonton, the closer you are to the university. Are you gonna say something, Dory?
No, I'm okay. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna mute you, okay? So I don't get distracted. let's see. I got a question here. Vacancy of 3% on 8 or 12 plex is a fractional number. Why do we even use it? I guess you're saying 1 unit vacant. Okay, dude, what we're saying is the vacancy law, that's industry. Okay, if you Google right now, Edmonton vacancy rate, it's actually 2%. So I made it 3 just to be conservative. But what that means is just an allocation of math towards the vacancy. Of course, when we're building something, we don't wait till it's done to start posting on Facebook and social media to get tenants, right? We pre-lease the units, right? What does pre-leasing mean? Meaning when we're at framing stage, we're already posting it on Rent Faster and right? So we already get a lineup of tenants coming in. So that way we're full once it's done. But what I'm saying is that percentage is just math, right? It's just how they, sometimes people leave and then come in. That's just how it is. Yeah. Great question though. Guys, welcome in. Mike and Gerald. So guys, if you just came in, type in the chat where are you from, how many doors you have. Okay, where are you from, how many doors you have. We've got about 40 plus people here. Half of them are extreme ballers. I know them personally. They've got at least $500,000 cash. Some people here have 1, 2, 3 million in cash looking to do this. So this is a great networking opportunity. Plus, if you missed the first half, you should have came early, but it's okay. This is recorded. So this will be on YouTube. Okay, you can watch the replay on YouTube. So cool. All right, so let me get back to it. Toronto 10 doors, Ontario 4 doors. Let's go. How big is the land parcel? How big the units? Okay, I'm gonna be talking about the sizes and everything. Okay, I'm just going through my case studies of real projects that I'm doing right now, so you guys can see how this is actually done in real time in 2025 in August 23. Okay, so I bought this land for $615. I actually bought it cash. Okay, I bought it cash. If you don't have cash, you could do 35% down of this. You could do the math. 35% of 615 is whatever, right? So here's how I did my whole thing. Okay, so again, I put in an extra 180 grand. Okay, again, if you guys were late, what is this 180 grand? It's going towards to show equity towards the project so that we can satisfy the requirements to get construction loan. Okay, so most lenders want us to at least own the land plus do all of this work here. Okay, so 180 includes, so permits alone are 22 G's. Okay, abatement can go up to 40 G's, but it's around 15 to 20. Demo, structural engineer, energy report, ATCO, blueprint, blah blah blah. Okay, insurance as well. COC insurance is 9 grand, and then warranty is also another 8 grand. Okay, so all this adds up, surprisingly, and I had a breakdown of this. If you're just joining us, drop in the chat where you're from, how many doors you have. In the chat, where you're from, how many doors you have. This is recorded. You could watch it later. So guess what, guys? This was appraised at 3.1 million. Okay, so my build was still the same. My build cost is still 1.5. My land is 600. So my total cost is around 2.2, 3.1 appraised. Okay. So what does this mean? Let me show you. Typical 50 by 120 in Edmonton, 6 to 8 common on these land assembly to make more. Exactly. Yeah. Thanks for that comment. So guys, I made 3.1 appraisal on this. What does this mean? I'll show you the map right now, right here, right now, right here. Pull out your notes. Again, if you're not, what are you doing? Pull out your notes and your pen, okay? To show that you're serious. So remember, I dropped 615 cash to buy the land, okay? Cash. Top of that, 180 for soft costs, okay? So what does that mean? Do the math. What is that? That's 795, okay? So I'm 800K into this project. It's quite a bit of money, but I'll show you what happens, okay? So who in their right mind would drop $800,000 to see nothing for the next year? Nobody, right? Most people would be like, I'll put that in Bitcoin. I'll put it into S&P, or I'll put it into stocks, right? And you can do that. But this is why I did it. Show you. So remember, this was appraised at 3.1 million. I just said here 2.8. I just dropped down just to be conservative, always be conservative, right? So I dropped it down to 2.8 just to make sure, just to be conservative. CMHC will fund 95% loan to value, 2.8. What is 95% of 2.8 million? Go grab your calculator. What is that? Was this an eightplex 2? Yes, this was an eightplex. Okay, so the answer is 2.6 million. It's right there, 2.660, right? Okay, so let's do the math. So remember, my total cost is 2.2 million, okay? And average cost to build with my team is 1.5 for an 8 unit, plus the land, 615, 2.2, okay? 2.2 is the cost. Remember, it was appraised at 3.1. I just put in 2.8 here, whatever. Let's say 2.8, okay? 95% of 2.8 is 2.6. So I literally get 2.6 million at my lawyer's trust account. Okay, it gets wired there. And then from there, my lawyer does the disbursements and the cash adjustments, right? If you've closed deals before, you understand what I'm saying. So 2.6, okay? Now, what was my cost? It's 2.2, right? It's right there, up there. So 2.6, I got at my lawyer's trust minus 2.2 is, how much is that? 460, right? So I'm gonna get 460 out the back, tax-free. But hold on, remember, what happened to my 795,000 that I invested? It's inside that 2.2, right? Because I bought the land cash and I spent 180 in soft costs, right? So meaning I took out 460 plus my original almost 800. Okay, if you remember that. So meaning I'll take out 1.2 at the end, tax free. Okay, and I'm keeping the building. So if you want to do the math and why I did this, what investment vehicle gives you back your money plus more tax free, and you get to keep a building that will keep appreciating over time? Your tenants are paying your loan every month. Every month, the loan gets lower and lower and lower and lower. The value keeps going up and up and up, and you're cash flowing, and you took out your money. Right? Does this make sense? So this is what developers don't want to show you guys. Okay, they want to build and then sell this to you at 3. So look, my cost is 2.2, right? I build this for 2.2. I put it on the market at, let's say, 2.8. I can show an appraisal of 3.1. Of course, they'll buy it at 2.8, right? So I'll make $500,000 profit, right? And then you're carrying the loan. Why buy from someone else? Sure, it's already done, but there's no point. You just made them $500,000. Better to build it yourself, right? Okay. Hopefully we're all on the same page on that. So again, here's the cash flow for what it looks like for my McKernan project. So my rents are higher there because I'm renting it out students. So as you can see, and then 2.8 takeout, and then at the bottom you'll see all cash flow around 2,300. Okay. Cool. So one important thing that we're doing is infills. Okay, so why infills? Yeah, excellent approach. Thank you. So why infills? Because infills is the missing middle. Okay, we don't want to be competing with big builders who's building these massive, monstrous things. I'll have at least 300K. So building outside the city, let's build inside the city where we're protected, okay, where it's already proven. Okay, it's proven. That's what we're doing, infills. Okay, so it's also in mature, established neighborhoods. Okay, if you know Edmonton at all, you know the areas. So there's no me names. Some people here are not from Alberta, right? And then we want to build townhouses instead of apartment buildings. Townhouses are worth more. Generally, your tenants are better. Now, if you do want to build apartment buildings, that's fine. We can do that. That's totally fine. But I personally like townhouses better. They treat it like their home. I like it better personally. Great tenants, easy long-term hold, infills. Okay, Edmonton's core demand and neighborhoods are right in demand. Like I mentioned, it's walkable areas, right? Okay, so let me tell you guys why Edmonton is king right now. Okay, so this population growth. It also has the lowest vacancy rate. If you Google the vacancy rate in Edmonton, 2%. Okay, so on top of that, there's no land transfer tax. Okay, so when I heard a friend of mine, he bought or he sold a land down in Ontario, he has to pay 60 G's just to sell his land, man. So that's crazy. Can I sell immediately or have to keep tenths as per CMHC rule? What do you mean tenths? So you could sell this immediately. You don't have to do the CMHC takeout, right? Because we're doing private construction, right? So you could sell this on the market if you want. You do that. But my whole goal is to scale. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a 5-year wealth challenge at the end of this, where you could scale to 40 units with your original 350 cash. I'll show you how we can do that in over 5 years. Okay, so number one, there's no land transfer tax in Edmonton. Cool. Number two, easy turnover tenants. So in Ontario, BC, you can't just kick out. You have to go to RTO board and you have to pay your tenants to leave. You have to wait 1 year for them to get kicked out. Over here, it's easier. Okay, there's no such thing as that. Fastest growing large city in Canada, according to this stat, right? MLI Select affordability approved. This is the most important part. So the way we can get 95% out and hit 100 points is because in Edmonton, the MLI Select affordability benchmark is still higher than what we can get for rents. Okay, so if you don't understand what this means, to get approved for CMHC, this whole MLI Select take out your money thing I'm talking about, you have to select 2 units to be under an affordability threshold. In Edmonton, that threshold is 1,665. Our basements, I'm charging 1,200 for these basements. I can't charge more than that. So I'm still below that. So that's why we're automatically approved here. So MLI Select, the affordability thing is more to curb the rise in rents in Ontario and BC. That's what this is really for, okay? So that's why Edmonton works. Ready to go? 2% vacancy for new townhomes, already discussed that. The land is still affordable to build here, okay? What else? There's something I took from the news, right? Alberta is a supply gap. We need 170,000 units by 2030, okay? So lots of demand and we're not keeping up the pace of new construction, right? So while new construction has increased, it has not kept pace, okay? So there's still lots of room for growth. Another news article here, Edmonton ranks top 3 Canada's best place to live. I mean, personally, I would like to be Newfoundland or, I like to be closer to the water, but this is what it says. Maybe it's because of the affordability, whatever. Okay. It's also the lowest housing costs at any major Canadian city. Let's see, first time home buyers. Yep, there lots of people are relocating here. Yep, strong rental demand. Yep. So if you guys don't know, the city of Edmonton actually changed all the zoning here to a blanket zoning, RS, meaning we could build these things on virtually any single family lot in it. Crazy, okay? Never heard of it. Underutilized lots of mature neighborhoods, okay? Rents are also steadily increasing. What else you got here? Students, right? Professional fueling demand. Permit timelines. I have a friend in Vancouver. It's been year 4 on his permits. He still hasn't got his permits approved for a 50-unit building. Okay, 4 years. Over here, it's 4 months. Not too bad. Less red tape than Toronto, Vancouver. Yep. Among highest cash flowing cities. Blah blah blah. Cap rates are still favorable. CMHC underwriting. Okay, cool. So let's talk about the costs, shall we? Let's talk about the actual build cost. This is the cost for me to build for you. Okay. So this is the cost for a 6-unit. So guys, I do recommend we do an 8-unit, but if you don't have enough cash, we can do 6 units. So here's kind of like the breakdown. So it costs 1.2 to build 6 units for me. That's about $200 square foot. Okay. Let's see the chat. Can we have multiple partners for this program? Yeah, dude. I have a client. He has 6 partners. Okay, and half of them are in Africa. It's okay. We can do it. Our total cost for him is 1.8 because he bought the land cheap. 8 units per building. He's going to be appraised at 2.4. He's killing it. Yeah. So 1.2, and then the land cost, for example, is 350. Just for an example. And then this is the construction interest cost for the private construction cost. So that's 100K usually at the usual time frame to build. Okay, so your total cost is around 1.650. Okay, now the cash needed is, let's say the land is 350, 35% down is what, 123,000. Okay, so that's the cash you need. So I'm breaking this down in 2 parts. First part is the cost. Second part is the cash needed. Okay, so we're talking about the cash needed right now. So you need 123 for the land. Then you need 180 for the soft costs, like I mentioned previously. So your total cash, you need 300 grand. Okay, cool. Now let's talk about 8 units. I am accredited, looking to network, open to do developments in Alberta, Vancouver, Texas. I met Ryan in person. He is a good guy. I would do a project with him. DM in the chat. Okay, cool. Thanks for that plug. Okay. The meeting schedule is about to end. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is not about to end. Okay, guys, focus. The cost for 8 unit is 1.470 or 1.5 if you want to round up. Okay, it's $195 square foot for 8 units, turnkey. When I say turnkey, you get all of this. Okay. Okay, all the appliances, landscaping outside, everything. Okay. Okay. Turnkey, and then land. So let's say we buy a corner lot. Usually it's better to build in a corner lot. It's a lot more space. I can help you find, guys, I'm a full service developer. I can help you guys from start to finish on doing this. I'll show you exactly how to do it. 450 for the land, just for an example. Okay. So, and then construction interest cost is around 130 grand. Okay. If we add all of those together, total cost is $2,050,000 on average. Okay. Now remember, mine was 1.970. This one's 2,050,000. It's just because the land went up, and land is always going up in cost. That's why you guys have to do this sooner rather than later, right? Okay. Now let's talk about the cash needed. So again, I'm breaking this down in 2 things. The first one is the cost. This part is the cash needed. We're talking about how much cash you need. So if you're going to buy the land at 35% down payment, that's 158,000 you need for the land. Okay. Top of that, we need 180 grand for soft costs. Soft costs don't change. We need 180. It doesn't matter what because everything's relatively the same thing, right? We still have to demo. We still have to pay permits. We still have to do the grading, the lot plan, everything, all these things. Okay. So if you add those 2 together, you need around 338 in cash. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. You guys have any questions? Maybe I'll stop for a bit. You guys have any questions? Can you please go back to the previous slide for a second, please? Sure, man. We can do that. Here. I'll go back. Here, this is the 6 units, right? The 6 units. Okay, you got that? All right, look, guys, this is recorded. It's on YouTube live. You can watch this again if you want. If you missed it, you can watch this again. No problemo. Okay. So this is how we can use MLI Select to scale rapidly. So this is developer secret number 2. So maybe I'll take some time, maybe just 1 minute. If you guys have any questions, drop in the chat. I'll answer whatever you want. Okay, total cash needed up front is 338, but we also pay the mortgage on the land lender on a monthly basis. Correct. Great question. I have. This is why, So I've networked with some lenders where they're able to take the monthly mortgage on the land and the construction and roll it into a interest reserve, so that way you guys don't have to pay monthly. Okay, so this is case dependent. I have verbal agreement from some lenders who are able to do this. But worst case, sure, maybe you have to pay the land monthly, but for sure the construction, we can roll that to interest reserve. That way you guys don't have to pay monthly on the construction interest. Yeah, no problem. Okay, there's no more other questions, so I'll keep going. All right, guys, stick with me here, okay? This is worth it. Oh, I got some questions. Are there any challenges where the period of build exceeds a year? Yeah, man, sure, for sure. That's why I say 12 to 15 months, right? And I can't control this. It's things happen. People can, someone might come and steal our lumber, and I might have to order my lumber, whatever. Okay. I just looked up the address for 780-514. From the slides, it shows old house. Yeah, it's right now I'm waiting for permits. Okay, so the house is gone. It's demoed already. Okay. How did you get it appraised before the build? We do an as-if complete appraisal. We actually need this to be able to get construction loan. It's called an as-if complete appraisal. Okay, they do a market study on the on the rents in the area, and they put a benchmark, and then and then divided by the cap rate, and then that's how they get the value. And I can explain that too if that's confusing. So ultimately, on the 8 units, we can walk away with 400 after refunding ourselves for hard sell. Yep, that's what I showed you on the numbers. At what stage of the project do we provide 338? Basically, right at the beginning, exactly. Yeah, right at the beginning. Okay. Thanks for answering that. Where can we get more information on the difference between CMHC Select and this program, CMHC Cash Out? Here in this program right now. Yeah, I mean, they don't have look, CMHC, it's a government backed. They don't have a website with nice, understandable. If you want, just Google it. Okay, Google CMHC takeout versus CMHC construction financing. You won't understand it because they just provide the loan. The lender, or sorry, they just provide the insurance. The lenders, the banks are the ones dictating the actual loan. Okay, so sorry if I can't really answer that, but it's very nuanced and it's very layered. Okay, you can't really just call CMHC and be like, hey, how do you? So, okay. Do we need to keep the 300 entire period until turnkey? Yes, you do. Okay, great questions. Send me more. But for now, let's keep going. So it's a super cheat code. Okay, 95% to loan to value. Pretty cool. 50-year amortization. That allows us to be able to cash flow really high because our payments are stretched out for so long of a period. That way, the loan is low per month. We can cash flow high. Okay, so don't be scared of that. Interest rates are usually lower because of the CMHC backing. Right, lower debt payments equal higher cash flow. Refinance, we already talked about this. You keep the building, right? No need to sell. Talked about we already talked about how it works, but we're just gonna summarize it again for everyone. How it works. Buy land at 35% down. Need to spend 180 for soft costs. Total spend 338. Then bridge takeout with CMHC, right? So guys, your money is stuck until the end of the project. That's why this is not for everyone, but it's for you if you want to scale. So 12 to 15 months upon completion. So the definition of complete once it's done, okay, when we get the occupancy permit from the city, okay? When we get the email from the city giving us the occupancy permit, that's where I send it to you, and then you send it to your lender, and then it converts the permanent loan, okay? What else? Yeah, so say your appraisal is 2.4 mil, the bank funds you 95% because of CMHC, so you get 2.3 mil, right? Remember, your total cost is 2 million. So again, let's do this whole math again. You get all your money back, the 338 from the previous slide, plus the difference of 2.3 and 2 million, right? Which is 277. So you add both of those, 615. Okay, it's just math. Let's see your question is. You guys got a lot of questions. How long you need to wait of approvals, not risking deposit or 338? Okay, so guys, I'll be answering all this. Okay, we'll soft approve you at the beginning based on your net worth. You need to have a net worth. That's why you guys need to have at least 300 cash. Okay, plus another 200K of equity somewhere. So you need half a mil net worth. So if the 300K is already cash, that's net worth, plus another 200K of a house equity or whatever. Okay, so I'll explain that. How to connect with people who has interest in the partnership. At the end, we'll do some connecting. If CMHC declines you, what happens? Then you need to finance it the conventional way, 25% down. Exactly. Or we just make sure you're approved at the beginning, right? That's what a smart person would do. So we pre-approve you. You fill out a personal net worth form. Will you please calculate CMHC fee 5% of it fits in that? Yeah, it's rolled into the loan, exactly. Yeah, thank you. If CMHC declines, you get your money back. What do you mean you get your money back? You own the land. We already answered this, okay? CMHC declines you, then you need to put up more equity, more cash, okay? But again, we make sure that you're approved from the beginning. Okay, let's keep going. So remember, the higher takeout, the lesser cash flow. That's pretty self-explanatory. So again, here's some more appraisals, right? This one's valued at 2.4. This one I own currently. This one as well, valued at 2.5. You can see here. Okay, I own that one. 6 units, 1.8. Okay, so again, a little bit more about the MLI is we need to allocate 25% of the building. Okay, 25% of 8 is 2. So 2 units for affordability. Right now in Edmonton, it's 1,665. So 2 units has to be below 1,665, which is super easy for the basements. Okay. Here are some new updates. Both units need to have access to the mechanical room. So the basement and the upstairs need to have access to the mechanical. So that's what I'm going to incorporate in the drawings for you guys if you guys want to do this. Okay. And then we also, so in terms of the lenders, these are the usual takeout lenders, okay? PKL, CMLS, Service Credit, these kind of guys. Okay, let me go back to the chat. That makes sense if you're pre-approved at the beginning. Excellent info. You're welcome. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so guys, these are my team members and why you should listen. What are the percent lender fees on average? It's 1%. 1% on the loan amount. No problem. Which is gonna be roughly like 20 grand, or yeah, 20 grand-ish. or sorry, no, if you're gonna put down 15, 1.5, they're like 15K rather. Since you're gonna buy the land at 35% plus this, if the total project is 2 mil, you have 300K, so you're borrowing 1.6. So yeah, like 16,000. Okay. So guys, my team members were vertically integrated. What does that mean? Everyone from myself to my assistants. Okay, they all know about this. So my architects and designers are for CMHC. They understand the rules of the separate meters. You want shared entry to the mechanical space. My CMHC corresponders, the brokers, they know exactly about the updates and the changes that happens. So that way we're all up to date. My lenders also, they're all CMHC in mind, the way I build, and the my bridge lenders as well, they're on board. Lawyers, I have lawyers that understand the game. The QS as well, and I can explain what that is. We're also approved builder, GC, CMHC, CMHC approved appraisers, right? Accountants that understand, because sometimes you need to get your GST back through ITC, input tax credits, so I can help you guys do that as well. Okay. So here's developer secret number 12 is land size and selection. Okay. So land size and selection. What does this mean? Where to buy the land and what is the size? I'll make this very simple for you guys. Okay. Here's the mathematical formula. Nobody really knows this, but I'm giving it out to you. Okay. So all you need 75 square meter per legal dwelling. That's it. You don't have to complicate yourself. It's a 50 wide, 120 long, 75 square meter per legal dwelling. So if you take 8 units times 75, you need 600. That's it. Okay? That's what you need. Now, this rule was taken back. We can build 8 units on interior lots. It doesn't have to be corner, but I do suggest I do suggest going for a corner. Okay. So in Edmonton, this is the prime areas to develop. If you want to take a picture of this, go ahead. Sorry to have dropped off. We'll rewatch the recording. Thanks for running great presentation. We learned a lot. Dude, thanks for joining. No problemo. Watch the replay. You'll find my offers at the end. You'll find some bonuses as well. So make sure to take advantage of that. Take care. Okay, so this is the type of builds that we can do, right? Modern luxury meets every day. Okay, so tenants pay for what they can see, right? The quartz countertop, the big appliances, the cabinets that go all the way to the ceiling, right? These kinds of things. So this is what we can give you: undermount with sink, matte black finishes, right? Clean, contemporary look, big windows. I love big windows, as you can see here. This is my Schedule A. This is one of the style, like a modern barn house style we're doing in Ritchie right now for a 6 unit. Okay. So what makes our builds more durable as well? So my builds, I don't cheap out on anything. So it's actually built to last, right? Engineered foundations, high grade materials. So I don't cut corners on all the important stuff, even with the finishing as well. Plus, nothing against overseas or China, but I don't order anything from China. Okay. So fire rated party walls, of course, soundproofing, of course, premium vinyl siding, of course, so that it's low maintenance, triple pane, everything's triple pane. Okay. And then low maintenance landscaping as well. Yeah. So I do quality control at every phase of inspection, obviously, right? Catch issues early before they become expensive, because I give you guys warranty. I don't want you guys to call me once it's done and then be like, you blah, blah, blah. I don't want to do that, okay? So again, everything's Canada made, nothing from overseas. No comment on that. This is one of my big windows by the stairs. So this floods into the kitchen. So behind this photo is the kitchen. I love big windows. So high-end finishings, like I mentioned, in-suite laundry, of course, right? energy efficient, of course, lower bills, etc. We could talk about that all day. Private entrances, okay. Soundproofing, of course. Okay, so this is some of my layouts. This is a 2-bedroom basement, as you can see. So I've got 1 bedroom here, another bedroom here. You come down, here's the utility room. Here's the dining, here's the kitchen, right? And the washer, dryer, and the bath. Okay, cool stuff. Here's my main floor, one of many. Okay, so you walk in through here, and then these guys walk in from the back. This is a sidewalk. Walk in from the back, walk in from the back. Okay, so this is how you go up the stairs. Right away is your dining, kitchen, living room, where you have your TV and stuff. And here's a half bath. Okay, so you go upstairs, and then your second floor is a 3-bedroom. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you go up from here. Boom. Here's the bathroom, full bath, and here's a master ensuite. So you walk into the master. There's a walk-in closet, and then an ensuite for the master. Okay. So as you can see, this is approved, right? Cool stuff. Guys, if you guys are liking this, drop a thumbs up on the chat, please. That way I know you guys are still engaged. You guys loving this. I go to the chat here. So to confirm, only 8 units on corner lots. 6 units can be. We can do 8 units on inside. We can. But they might change it. That's all I'm saying. Drop some thumbs ups, man. Come on. That's all I'm asking for. Is Inglewood a bad area? Is that why it's the bottom of the list? No, it's not based on the, it's just a list. It's not based on great to worst. Okay, all of them are great. Okay. Thumbs up, perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Cool. Is Jasper a good area? Yes, it is. Loving it so far. Of course. No problem. You're welcome. Ryan, you said the 8 units for 2 mil. Is that with 2-bed basement? I'll give you 2-bed basement. If the land is big enough, I'll include it. It doesn't cost me much. I'll do it. Yeah. Why not 8 units inside lot? So we can. Okay, we still can. I'm saying, I don't know what will happen in this coming election. They might not want to make it happen. So I don't know. That's all I'm saying. Okay, but we definitely still can do it. I'm doing one. Rock on, Eric. Thanks for that. Thumbs up. There we go. Okay. Let me keep going with this, okay? And then I'll go back to the chat. So here's my vision, okay? My vision is to create a new wave of first-time developers who own, build equity, and change your financial future. Why do I want to do that? Because I want multifamily development to be accessible to everyday people, okay? People with no experience, by giving you a step-by-step system that removes the guesswork, reduces risk for you, and builds long-term wealth. Okay, that's what I want to do. Why? Because I make money as your builder, and then you make money, and then we can probably do more, right? That's the whole thing. So here's my process. Number 1, get pre-approved, right? So you fill a personal net worth form, blah blah. Number 2, we buy land. Number 3, we sign contracts, right? That's how it works. Here's the build process, okay? So when we buy the land, first we do a pre-demo prep. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks, okay? So we're doing asbestos, disconnect, water, gas, and sewer power, and then we're getting a demo permit. Okay, while we're doing this, we're also doing drafting the blueprints and the layouts with my team, usually on WhatsApp. We do a group chat. It's more dynamic. We could change things on the fly, and because I put value on speed, everything we do is based on speed and efficiency. Okay, that's what we do there. Step number 2, we get the demo permits. Okay, demo permits, and then and then we demo, right? Or sorry, this is actually waiting for the demo permit. Step 3 is the actual demo. Demo takes 2 days max. Okay, it's quick. After that, we're doing the permits. Okay, so we're doing the DP and then we get the BP after. Okay, so that takes 3 months ish, around there. So 4 to 6 plus 2 to 4 weeks, that's around 3 months. Okay, and then we can start the construction finally. So overall, the total before we're shovel ready is around 2.5 to 3.5 months. Okay, and this is all based on EPCOR, city permits, and demo permits. Those 3 are the ones that take the most time. Okay. Now, once we're shovel ready, then I can build in about 10 months. Okay, so you add 10 months plus 3.5, so that's about, call it 14. Or was it 10 plus 3 plus? Yeah, whatever that is. Okay, so about 14 months to finish. Okay, guys, now I want to present to you, I told you guys about, I'm going to give you guys some bonuses if you stuck till the end, and I'm going to give you a wealth challenge. Okay, there's my 5-year wealth challenge for you guys, is that you guys will turn your 350 investment into 40 rental units worth 12 million in 5 years. Okay. That is my challenge for you, is you turn your 350 into 12 million in 5 years. Because after we do one, take out, do another one, do another one, do another. Okay. So I want you to think that your 350 is going to be exponentially, you want to keep doing this, right? Let's see, we got some questions here, maybe. How do we know which community is good growth? I'll tell you, I'll advise you. So this whole process, once you make a commitment to me, so I'm going to be making an offer to you guys at the end, where if you guys want to start, you actually send me the deposit of 180, completely refundable, 100% refundable if you don't buy land. But I need you guys to commit, because out of this call and many more other people, everyone's trying to get in and basically build with me. You guys are gonna clog up my lenders, my brokers, my architects, my whole team. So I want to only work with serious people ready to go with the cash. I'll basically, at the end, you can text me if you're serious. I'll send you my wire transfer info. You send me the 180. From there, again, completely 100% refundable. From there, we get you soft approved, get the contract signed, etc. Now, if you're worried about, what happens if this guy just runs away? This is live streamed right now on YouTube as well, on my socials. So you could take this recording, okay, take it to the lawyers. If I just take your money and run away, you have proof that you could sue me, right? Okay, so are you able to develop 20 units plus? Yes, I can, for sure. We could talk about that. Just DM me. We could talk. Was the risk of CMHC changing the rules similar to changing refinancing before completion? Also, it feels like you almost need to have 2 different legal entities to switch ownership at the time of completion. No, so I'll answer these. So CMHC changing rules, that's always a thing, right? Like we can't control that. The whole point is we apply CMHC in the middle of the build. If they change rules, okay, obviously we conform to them. Plus, they give a grace period of the builds already being done, right? So, we could hopefully be grandfathered into the older rules. But again, these rules are pretty much, we're gonna have to just work with it, right? Like that's part of the thing. So, all right, so. And then you don't need 2 legal entities. You don't need to switch. You could keep the same entity. You don't need to switch. Okay, so you buy the land, ABCD Alberta Inc. Buy the land, get the construction financing on that number corp. You are the owner, so you are tied to that. You personally guarantee that loan. From there, once it takes out refinance CMHC, it's the same loan, same thing. Okay. Herrera can buy property in Leduc area that could allow us to build 8 units. Why not? Can you talk to me about the 25% net worth requirement for the CMHC? And is that per project? Yeah. So 25% net worth is basically basically it's like if the project value is 2 million, like I've been showing, 25% of 2 million is half a mil, right? So half a mil, you're gonna put down at least 300 cash, 350. So you just need another 150 in equity, in equity, like in your house. If you have another house, most people here have multiple houses, so I'm not worried about you guys meeting that net worth requirement, the equity. That's easy. The hard part is the cash, because most people don't have 350 to 400 grand lying around. Okay, so hopefully that helped you, Paul. All right, we're gonna do Q&A at the end, so hold your horses. But this is the 5-year wealth challenge for you guys. Okay, I'm at 8 million right now, and it took me 2 years, so I'm sure you guys can do it. Okay, bonuses. So I talked. So I talked about whoever joined the webinar. I'll give you guys bonuses for being a client with me. Okay. So number 1, I will actually help you guys pre-lease all your units. Photography, marketing. That's worth 10 grand. Why? Most leasing agents, they charge half of the rents, right? So if your rent is 2K upstairs, 2 times 4 is 8. Half of that's 4 grand. That's 4 grand right there. Downstairs, if you charge 1,200, let's say 1,400, divide 6, so that's 600 times 4, whatever that is. So, and then professional marketing, professional photography as well, etc. So I'll actually help you do this. Yeah, that's part of my service. So that's worth about 10K. I'll do it for you. I also connect you to reliable property managers. I know some people with special rates. So you're not paying 10%, 12%. You're paying below that. That is priceless, because that'll reflect back on your cash flow. Okay. Number 3, another bonus. Free flight to Edmonton and hotel stay. If you become a client, if you actually become a client, I'll fly you out during framing stage. That way you can take your pictures, post on social media, whatever you want to do. I'll cover that for you. And why? Because I want you guys to go with me. That's why. I want this to be as convenient as possible for you guys. I'll pay for your ticket. I'll pay for your hotel. Okay? For like 1-2 nights max. Okay? Let's not go crazy here. So number 4, the cash flow analysis matrix that I made myself. I personally made myself. You cannot find that anywhere online. I made it myself. So I can give that to you. Usually that's worth like $1,000. That's yours if you become a client through this webinar. Okay. Also worth 30 grand. People pay me consultation, 30 to 50 grand, to learn this entire process so that they can do it for themselves in the future. I charge normally 30K minimum. I'm giving this for free if you become a client from this webinar. Okay, cool stuff. So that's over 42 grand in bonuses that I'm giving you guys. Okay, so hopefully you guys love that. That's a little gift for you guys. So here's the Q&As. I'm gonna go through the Q&As, and then we're gonna go through some chats with you guys. Let's get a chat here. Hazan says, brokers that we use said that a slim chance to finance projects under 2.5 mil. Your thoughts on that? If true, what's your work around that? They're talking about CMHC construction. Okay, CMHC construction. No one wants to touch under 2 mil. That's why we're doing private construction, and then we take out with CMHC at the end. CMHC will fund. There's lots of lenders they'll do takeout under 2 million. Right? There's many Peak Hill, Service Credit. There's lots that will do it, but none of them want to take the construction because it's a lot of work for them. There's draws, there's inspections. To them, it's a $2 million deal. Why would they do it for that? They'd rather do it for a $30 million construction loan. But the takeout is easy for them because it's just one check they're writing. Okay. Hopefully that answered your question. Let's go through frequently asked questions. What if CMHC declines me? That's why we pre-approve you in the beginning. Okay. We pre-approve you. Number two, what's a risk during construction? Great question. So lots of risks, right? But that's why I give you a fixed price contract. So meaning if Donald Trump does this thing again, right? Tariffs go up or labor shortage, whatever, you don't get affected. Only I do. And I'm okay because I have multiple projects right now. I have good good pricing with my materials and all my team. Okay. So you know, so you can sleep well at night knowing your costs will not go up. Okay. Cool. Number three, can you sell? Yes, you can. You can sell. Okay. Just don't roll into CMHC and then like don't take out and then sell. Like either you take out your money and then keep it, or sell and not take out your money, which is you're still taking out your money, but not the way that we're talking about, right? Number four, can I Airbnb the units? No. CMH, if you're gonna roll into CMHC, they want long-term lease, yearly lease tenants. Can I live in the units? Why not? For sure. Just you're living for free, basically. Okay? What if the market crashes? This is a very interesting question. So if the market crashes, okay, so let's just say, what is the definition of a market crash? Let's say people lose their jobs, right? Let's use that as a benchmark. People lose their jobs, they're laying people off, losing their jobs. Okay, think about it like this. If people lose their jobs, less people would be qualified to buy homes, correct? Right? Like if you lose your income, you can't get approved for a loan to buy a house. Meaning what is going to happen? Meaning there's going to be a surge of renters, right? If people can't buy their homes, they need to live somewhere. Guess what? They're stuck to renting. So if there's a pool of renters here and there's only so many properties up here, what's going to happen to rent prices? Right? It's going to go up. So if the market crashes, I believe rent is going to go up. Yeah. What if construction goes over budget? I already told you it's a fixed price contract. So it won't. Like it's, you know what I mean? It's fixed. What if the build takes longer than expected? I'm incentivized to do this as fast as possible. So I only get paid once it's done at the end, right? So again, I do it as fast as I can, but if it takes longer, then I mean, the worst case, your interest cost on construction keeps going up, right? But I budgeted it. The math that I've shown you guys is based off, excuse me, 14 months, right? So if it's longer than that, then it goes up, and I mean, you know, that's a risk, but I'm incentivized to do this as fast as possible. All right, next one is, what if I don't get renters? Guys, that's why we pre-lease the units, right? We pre-lease them. We pre-lease them. Even before, like, even way before we're done, we're already posting it on social media, yeah? What if construction issues or deficiencies? You have a warranty, 10-year warranty with me. So you can call me anytime, anything that fix, I'll fix it, no problem. No cost. Okay. What if permits get denied? That's impossible because it's zoned RS. It's already zoned. It's already zoned for multifamily. Okay, so there's no such thing as permits getting denied. We need, as long as you're building what is needed for the density requirement and the setbacks. You're good, right? As long as you're not trying to build 30 units in one tiny thing, of course. All right. Cool. What if CMHC changes? Favorite question. Then we change according to it, right? We have people who are inside, and they always give us heads up before the news comes out. I always get latest updates. That's why I know about the mechanical room needs to be shared from upstairs and downstairs. I know about separate meters. Okay. Cool. What if it's oversaturated? Guys, there is a huge supply issue. There's a lot of demand, there's not enough supply. So there's no way we're saturated nearly at all, okay? Especially for infill. That's why we build inside the city, okay? So guys, how can you start? So guys, if you want to start this, I'm gonna get a flood of people wanting to get started with me. All you have to do is text me, okay? Text me the word webinar to my cell phone number. That's directly to my cell phone number. Text the word webinar. You want to get started? I'll shoot you my wire transfer info, okay? To commit to 180. The reason why I need you guys to do this deposit and it's 100% refundable is because we want to make sure you guys are actually committed. We're look, there is going to be a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of people that I'm going to be working with, but only the ones who are actually ready to go are going to take the opportunity to actually get this done, and you have the cash, right? So that's why. So we need to see that. That's how it is, and it's 100% refundable if you don't buy land or if you're not approved. And again, if you're worried about that, this whole thing is recorded. It's on YouTube. You can download it, send it to your lawyer. Make sure I don't run away with it. That's just I respect speed. I prioritize speed. Okay. Yes, it's 180,000. 180,000 wire to me, to my holding corp. I prioritize speed, and that's why I set things up the way it is, so that way we can actually get you guys the wealth, the results as fast as humanly possible, by constraining all of the nonsense, and then get to your goal as fast as possible. Okay. So guys, we are basically here at the end. So I'm gonna answer every single one of these questions you have in the chat. I'm not gonna skip out on anyone. And then we're gonna open up a chance for you guys to talk and network and okay. So okay, I'll start with okay, I'll go back to Hazan. So you said even the CMHC, we got 2 lenders only for 4 million project. Is that a takeout or the construction? There's no way. I mean, look, if you're talking about takeout and there's only 2 lenders, tell me, are they, who is it? Is it Peak Hill? And are you working Alberta or Ontario? Look, I know for a fact Service Credit does it, ATB does it, Peak Hill does it, People's Trust does it, First National does it, CMLS does it. Maybe you just don't have the connections. And that's why you need to use my team, because some brokers say one thing, but they're only constrained to their network. Okay, just because they're a CMHC broker doesn't mean, you know what I mean, they can push stuff and make it happen. I worked with a, I don't want to say his name. He cost me $5 million worth of projects because he was sitting on my papers for a month. I could literally show you guys the email trails of him just. Anyways, that's a whole story. Linda, how many projects you have on the go? Ryan, right now I have 6. What do you have for trades? I have everyone. How do you prioritize the projects? I prioritize all of them. I have a project manager, I have a team, I have me. Your fee, is it in the CPSF? I don't know, cost per square foot? Yes, it is. Are you the only general contractor doing bills, or do you use other general contractors? I'm the only GC, but I have a team. Okay, I have a team. Okay. What number of units needs to be affordable if you're paying all construction costs yourself and doing the CMHC? Takeout alone is at 80%. The number of units that need to be affordable, okay, is 25%. 25% of the total building. So if we're building an 8 unit, 25% of 8 is 2. So the answer is 2. GWAP Inc. So in a nutshell, you're providing all these services, perks, etc. So we choose you as a developer, period. You're not after ownership of the building. Yes, I am not owning this with you guys. I actually don't want to. I don't want to own this with you because I've done partnerships before. I have my own buildings. I have my own developments. You saw my results. I'm making good off of it. I don't need. So what I'm trying to do here is make money being your builder so that I could go and build my own more of my own. That way you have 100% ownership, I have 100% ownership. It just makes sense, right? What are things that we have to look out for other than location when it comes to infill? Great question. If you have the cash, oh, there's someone joining. It's super late. Let's welcome him anyways. Okay. It's really just location. I say location and the cash that you have. Make sure you have enough cash. If you only have like 200, get a partner. 200 is not enough. But I'd say it's just the location. That's really it. Everything else is very cookie cutter. Building is like Lego. Following instructions on the Lego is very straightforward. It's very simple. It's not easy, but simple, right? So that's pretty much it, man. I mean, I wish I could tell you, look out for your lawyer, make sure they know their CMHC. Look out for your architect, make sure, and your lender, make sure they don't do a holdback on the draws and they pay GST, they fund the GST, they don't need QS. All these things, I could talk on and on, but I created a whole team to eliminate that discussion itself, right? So that's what I'm doing. If you're just joining right now, you missed the whole thing. Okay, what are you doing? You missed the whole thing. But anyways, this whole thing is recorded. You could watch the recording on YouTube. It's gonna be posted. You could watch it. Percentage of ownership. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. OP. Okay, next one. Zoom, are you a bonded builder? So what happens is, some lenders will require bonding, okay, to do a project. If that's the case, yes, I'll get bonding. The price goes up significantly. It's pretty expensive to get bonding. It goes up by like 80 grand. So your cost will just go up based on the lender that needs bonding. But yeah, like we can get bonding. That's no issue. Okay. You just mentioned that you only get paid on the completion of the build. Can you elaborate on that statement, please? Sure. So, meaning I get fully paid once it's done, because throughout the build I get paid on draws, but I don't really get paid. That goes to my team, right? As the owner of the company, you get paid last. Okay. So when I finish foundation, uh, like I give you an invoice. Let's say it's 150K. You send that to your lender, right? The lender that I will introduce you to. They will drive to the site to check if I did it correctly. If it was done, they will wire transfer you 150 Gs. And then you pay that to me, and then I pay my guys. Okay, so that keeps happening. Framing stage, boom, it's done. I give you 300,000 invoice. You send it to your lender. The lender drives by, checks, make sure it's done. They send you a 300K wire. You send me 300. I pay my guys. Next one, we do windows, doors, MEPs, right? Mechanical, electrical, plumbing. That goes on and on. So I don't get fully paid till it's done, right? That's what I'm saying. Hopefully that makes sense. How do we separate title for each unit? You can't, okay? You gotta keep this as a multi-family. Keep it as a multi-family, one title. That way you could sell it to an investor at the end if you want, or refi 95%. Like I've been showing you all the math. Keep it as a multifamily because that's how you're able to pull up. Plus, the value of your building is worth based off cap rate, not based off comparables. If you make this single family, you're back down to single family. Stop thinking single family. Get into multifamily, right? Because the value of the building is based off cap rates. I can explain this. So basically, if your rent goes up by $50 times 8 units, let's say we're building 8 units, $50 times 8 times 12 months, okay? Divided by the cap rate of like 5%. So just because your rents went up by $50, the value of your building went up by 100K. That's why you want to stay in multi, okay? All right. Zoom said 180K. Yep, you guys send 180K. Fully refundable. We gotta make that commitment, okay? Is it a construction mortgage under the buyer name? Oh, excuse me. I've been talking for so long. I need some water. But is it a construction mortgage under buyer name? It can be under your numbered company if you open one, but you do make a personal guarantee on that. Okay. So If we profit from the spread of cost versus value, how do you profit? Who chooses the land, us or you? I profit from the fixed price that I gave you. I already have profit in there in the 1.5, 1.470. If you go back and watch it, I already have my profit in there, so you don't have to worry about me. Okay, I had to make sure you guys profit, because if you don't profit, this whole thing doesn't work, right? Okay, and then when you pull out, that's how we're able to do the 5-year wealth challenge to get you guys to 40 units with the same 350 that you had in 5 years. Okay, who chooses the land, us or you? It's a collaborative thing. So I help find the land. I have a flood of deals coming my way, so it's easy for me to find land, okay, and then send it to you guys. So no problem. We collaborate. Once you send the 180 and then to my account, you text the word webinar to my number. I will send you my wire transfer information. You send me 180,000, fully refundable if we don't go ahead. But that secures your position to be able to do this. It secures your position to be able to do this, so that we can work together. So once we find land, it's a collaborative. We work together. Hey, do you like this? No, okay. We keep finding until you're happy. Okay. What are challenges to anticipate? There's a lot of things, man. Are you talking about the market or the build? Okay, so ask that, and I could give you both. So market challenges. Again, if there's a recession, people lose their jobs. If people lose their jobs, they can't buy a house. If they can't buy a house, they need to live somewhere. They're stuck to renting. If they're renting and we have a building and there's so many renters, prices are going to go up for rent, right? During the build, lots of things can happen. I've had this happen. A homeless guy broke into my shed, set it on fire. Okay, he set the shed on fire. And it burnt. So I just claimed insurance. So, but that was annoying. I don't know. There's always what else? Oh, a main water leak popped in one of my buildings while I was building. It popped, and I had to call EPCOR. They had to fix it, but it set me back like 4 weeks because I already poured my concrete to my garage, and it popped there. So I had to destroy brand new concrete, fix it, and then so. But that's inside my fixed price contract. So if that happens, I take the hit, not you guys. Okay. Okay. Everyone is following. So Azar's asking, everyone is following this business. Will government keep supporting this business up until when? I showed you the numbers of how much supply that we still need. Okay. You can Google your own research, but we are in need of at least in Edmonton, 13,000 or 1,300 new infills that we need, and we're only building 500 a year, right? 1,300 or 13,000, around there. We're not even close to making a dent. Plus, everyone who's building this is building outside Edmonton, these big buildings. People want to be inside. So that's where we're talking about this strategy, the infill strategy. Okay? Amortization period is 50 years. Yep, this is special from government, or government asks bank to follow. Yeah, so this is going to be outlined in the COI, the Certificate of Insurance from CMHC. So the lenders, when they submit their LOIs, letter of interest to fund, they're going to follow the 50-year amortization. Okay. Ooh. GWAP, how will you include us in the build in order to learn how to do a build in our own future? If you can explain your method of making that happen, for sure, my guy. So GWAP, how it works is you are in constant communication with my whole team. Once you become a client, you're inside the WhatsApp group chat. It operates like a Slack channel where you will literally learn the entire process start to finish. And you'll be working alongside me to do, well, if you want, you can, but you don't have to, but actually being able to apply to, get the water, gas, and electricity disconnected. You can watch us apply for the permits. You can watch us do the drawings, and then the financing. You'll be there for the financing as well. So The whole point is you'll be with us every step of the way, if that makes sense. Okay, I have a team. I have a head of construction and my lead architect and me. We're gonna be in a group chat. You'll be in there with us. You're gonna be held by the hand so you can. People literally pay me 30 to 50 grand to teach them how to do this in other provinces. Okay, so that's included for you guys for free. All right, amortization period is 50 years. Is that? Oh, you already asked this. I already answered that. Thanks for the awesome session, Ryan. Dude, you're welcome. No problem. If you want me to do another one of this, but like different angles, different things, just let me know. Please send us the link to such each information session. Also, source Excel version to see the breakups. Yeah, man, you can watch the replay. No problem. Okay. When will we get our investment back? First draw from bank or after handover? It is from the takeout. Okay, once it converts from so it takes basically 12 after the 12 months. So, like I said, it's a game, right? Like you have to wait until it's done, and then CMHC comes in and then pays out that loan, the construction loan off the new value. Okay, so to answer your question, you have to wait till the end. It's not get rich quick. Yeah. Hazan Mirza, thanks for a great session. No problem. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate you. Thanks for taking the time. So what we can do. What time is it? I have some time. Let's do this. Let's unmute whoever wants to. What's the name of the company that built? My name is RHE Contracting. Okay, RHE Contracting Inc. Do we need to open Alberta Corp? Yeah, I'll help you with that as well. That's no problem. I'll help you with that from start to finish. Okay, so let's do this for the next 5-10 minutes. If you want to talk, or if you want to partner with people here, if you have some cash, or you need someone to come in with you together, raise your hand. I'll let you talk, and then, or if you have any general questions, raise your hand, and I'll unmute you, and you can talk. Answer should be specific, as it's a risk of cash money. Answer should be specific of what, dude? The 50-year amortization or the Excel version breakups? Whatever you want. I'll help you. Okay. Whoever wants to talk, raise their hand. And then I will talk. Anyone raising their hand? You guys know how to raise your hand, right? If not, just type in the chat. Say me, and then I'll let you stop. If not, sure, whatever you want. If not, I will let everyone unmute yourselves, and then you guys can talk amongst each other, ask me questions, whatever you want. Looking for partners, call or text me. Cool. And then you guys can talk. You can just text me. This is you guys' chance to network with each other. There's a couple millionaires here. Guys, come on. No one wants to talk. Um,
Thanks, Ryan. It was great.
not. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Okay, well, look,
We asked all the questions in the chat.
uh,
That's why.
is there more questions in the chat?
No, sorry. I said like we asked the question like in the chat.
Oh, okay,
I
you did.
appreciate it. It was great to kind of like just see it like from a different angle, and yeah, it's, looking forward to it.
Sure. So maybe I don't know. I'll give you a tour of my. So here, I'll give you a tour of this house. Oh wait, real quick. Great ability organizing, so we don't need to ask that much questions. Okay. Okay. All right. So here's a tour, a virtual tour. So here's a kitchen. This is a 1 bedroom. I use this as an office right now. This is my whiteboard there. This is a 9-foot ceilings. I'll show you what I mean by big windows. So as you can see here, this is the bedroom. I don't know if you can really see it, but those are really deep, nice windows. Here's the right closets. This is a 1 bedroom, so I'm renting these out for 1,200. And here's my washer dryer, right? Combo bathroom. So this is a brand new build, and I've got 50 more units right now, 50 right now happening. So the stairs going up. This is a basement suite. Okay. So it's about 625 square feet. There's a pantry. You could put your cookies and your breads and all that stuff.
Is this a townhouse or a duplex?
This is a townhouse. This is a 4-unit townhouse with basement suites, 8 units total. And here's my utility room. You can see here's the 2 furnaces, 1, 2. Okay, and then on-demand hot water as well. So some storage here. I keep some paint here. That's what it looks like there. Let's see. So that's pretty much the basement. I wish I could show you guys the upstairs, but it is all rented out. So fully leased. I leased it out in less than 30 days. Less than 30 days because why? I pre-leased them. I put them on social media before before we're even done. Okay, so I put some renders online, Facebook and Rent Faster, and then people start lining up. Mainly, most of the time, people just care about location and obviously the final finish of what it looks like, but it's brand new, so they know it's going to be good, right? So they're going to line up, they're going to send their CV, their income statements, and their past landlord references. So from there, we can sift through, and you're getting like once you market something, you guys are going to get like a lot of people, like potentially 50 to 100 people. So from there, you're just going to sift through, and then you just need 8 to fully fill it out. And then, yeah, so that's the process there. We can build in the winter too. If winter hits, when we're pouring foundation, all we have to do is just bring in heaters and a tarp. So we heat the ground, and then we can pour, no problem. Yeah, so the whole goal is this is for you if you want to scale your capital and get to a level where you are cash flowing so that you could travel or do whatever you want because you built now, so that 5 years from now in 2030, you thank yourself in 2025 that you actually did this. And it's such an untapped opportunity so that you can go ahead.
So what is the possibility for having like a property management company? I know like the CMHC program, like they require you like to have a property management for the first year, but after building like a couple projects or 3 projects, is it beneficial like to have your like to start your own kind of thing? Does it qualify you for the CMHC program after you have like your own, or like how long like you need? So for example, like if you have an experience with renting out like 8 units and you want to go and build like a small apartment building for like with 20 to 30, does that like your experience with the 8 units to 12 units, whatever you want to call them, does that qualify you to be the property manager for the build, like the apartment building kind of thing?
Great question. So what happens is that's based on the profile that we create for you when we submit to CMHC. Okay, so what happens is when we go to CMHC, there's a bunch of documents that they need from personal net worth, T1, um, NOI, NOA, notice of assessment, blah, blah, all these things, personal guarantee, and a summary, an executive summary of who you are. So this is one of the services that I package it for you. Is basically you if you become a client, you tell me who you are, how many doors you have, etc., etc. If you own 8 units or 0 units, whatever. From there, we make your profile look good to submit to them. So we can even leverage your family. So if your uncle has rental properties, we put that in. If your grandpa owned 50 doors back in the day, we put that in. If you've owned 5 houses or 0, whatever, we submit that to CMHC. So what happens is they come back on their own accord. It's up to them if they say, no, we need to make sure that this guy does hire a property manager, or if we're able to waive that and be able to get a pass and you're okay with just self-managing. So to answer your question, we give you the best chance to be able to self-manage it for yourself, make you look as good as possible. Think of it as like a resume to you're applying to a job. We make it look as good as possible, and then it's up to them if they come back.
Makes sense. The other thing is, I reach out like to one of the staff that you have. They said like that there's like a couple projects that are going on like right now in a different part of the city in Edmonton. Are those up for sale? And if those are up for sale, are they under the cost?
Are they under what?
Are they like kind of like under the cost that you mentioned on this webinar, like the 2 million, or like this is like a different thing altogether?
Exactly. They're all at the 2 million mark. Yeah, give or take. They're all at the 2 million mark. In terms of are they up for sale? You're gonna have to ask my clients once it's done, but I do jump in a client confidentiality with them, so I don't disclose
Okay, so like like those are like not yours, like you don't own them, like you just kind of like for different clients.
So I have my own projects that I showed in the case studies. Those are mine. That's going on right now. I have
Okay.
16 doors right now myself, and then about 45 right now for clients.
Okay.
But I'm not selling any of mine, and then my clients, I don't know if they're willing to sell or whatever.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, like I wasn't sure because like when I reach out like to one of your staff,
Yeah.
like there's like a couple projects like that kind of like in the market, so it's kind of like where I was heading. So, thanks.
Yeah. Basically, we enable you to become a developer. So if you want to do this, we work with you to buy land. You buy land and then develop for yourself. That way, we make money as your builder, and then from there, we help you pull out the cash and then do the 5-year wealth challenge where roll it and then build more and more and more and then turn it into 40 units.
And do you have like I know like you showed a slide with all the finishings like for like the specs like for your builds. Is there like a more detailed one, like kind of like what do you use like and for example like in the kitchen, what do you use like in the bedrooms, like the closet, like all of that?
Soundproofing the roof. It's called a Schedule A. Yeah. So there's a Schedule A that comes with our contract. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's pretty standard to what you could see here. There's really no need in terms of upgrading this is already upgrades. Like the cabinets are already ceiling height. This is 9 foot. All the quartz countertop. It's already up to what we can get the most amount for renters. some of our clients like to play around with exterior, have some stone on the outside, etc. We can give that for you, no problem. That kind of thing. But in terms of the roof, like we do pitched roof, we don't do flat. I've done some flat roof. I regret it. I've had leaks on leaks on leaks. It just wouldn't stop, and to install heat tracers and all these things. So we don't do flat roof because you're gonna have headaches, and you will call me, and I will have headaches. So, but everything else is pretty much already optimized to get the highest rents.
Sounds good. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, no problem. No problem, Hassan. Anyone else has a question? You guys can ask me whatever you want. My background, history, whatever. If not, I could definitely, and then we could stay in touch. If you guys want to get this going, you know what to do. You're very welcome, Linda. If you guys want to get this going, you know what to do. I might do another one if you have partners you want to bring along. I'll probably do another one next month or whatever. But you have my number. You guys
I have a
can find me
question.
on social media. Yeah.
You may have covered this earlier, but might need a little refresher. For the initial part where you are doing the construction part, this is a short-term lending that you would connect us with your lenders? And what is the interest rate typically during that time?
Great question. Yeah, exactly. So during the purchase of land, if you're going to do 35% down on the land, plus the construction financing, typically we could go with just one lender. I do have some connections that'll do both of them. In terms of the interest rate, now you're gonna have to understand that there are some like B lenders, like banks, that would give maybe 10% or whatever interest rate, whereas minus 13, these guys. However, the issue is the lenders that we see who give a lower rate, the problem is they won't fund the GST on invoice. So when I give you an invoice of 150 Gs, for example, there's 5% GST there that you have to pay. These lenders, these B lenders, they won't fund GST, meaning you have to out of pocket pay 5% GST. Now you do get this back through ITC, input tax credits, and I'll explain that. But that's one big issue. Number two is holdbacks. So some B lenders, they do holdbacks, meaning if I give you an invoice of 200,000, for example, they'll only give you 180 to give to me, which means I'm short and I can't, like, I have to pay my guys. So you're gonna have to front 20 Gs from your own pocket, which is not good. That's gonna put a strain on your cash flow, right? So I already optimized the whole thing to where I have lenders that would fund the GST and they won't do any holdbacks. Okay. Another problem, some of these lenders, they want a QS. QS costs a lot of money and they honestly not that helpful anyways. So they're basically a inspector for the banks to come and check. Well, my lenders check it themselves, right? So to answer your question, is 13% as of today. And that's not for the whole year. That's based off the draws. So every time we do a draw, right? Like I send you an invoice of 200, then that's 13% of that. And then 3 months later, I finish the framing, boom, another one. So it comes out to around like 100K of interest costs, or 130 for 8 units.
Thank you for answering that.
Yeah, no problem, man.
I have another question.
Yeah, let's do it.
So first of all, thank you for answering that. And I understand that you have a formula or a recipe for how you develop your projects and how your systems work. So that's a really good on your point.
Thank you.
Now, with your experience that you explained where you started and where you're at right now, how do you mitigate risks? As in, the other question is, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
So utilizing your experience and the way that current economy or the building industry is in terms of quite a bit of saturation. But in general, how do you address what could go wrong?
Yeah. So I'll answer this in two different parts. When people ask about risks, two different kinds of risks that I think that you guys are really asking. Number one is the build risk during the build. What is the risk during building? Number two, what is the market risk? Things that are out of my and your control, right? I think that's what we're asking. So, in terms of the build risk, again, I give you a fixed contract. So if my building materials go up, whatever, you don't get affected, only I get affected. However, I already have multiple projects to where I already have really good pricing with my team and my materials that it doesn't really affect me that much. So in terms of outside of that, building wise, for sure, like I told you, someone broke into my shed and set it on fire. I have picked, literally, my neighbor called me at 6 a.m. She was like, hey, your shed is on fire. You know what I mean? So some homeless guy broke in, they set it on fire. And I had no control over that. We just called police, or police was there, fire, and then they just put it out, and then they talked to me, and they tried to arrest the guy, but obviously he's homeless. What can they do? Um, and that's pretty much it. I claim insurance, right? So if someone did that during our build stage, obviously that's not good. But we have COC insurance. That's why we pay 8,000 for insurance, and it'll cover the cost of that loss. It'll set us back 3 months to rebuild, maybe 4. Right? That's the risk. So there's risk there. Let's see what else. If we want to talk market risk, again, if there's a recession or people lose their jobs, whatever, I believe if people lose their jobs, like they can't afford to buy a house, and if they can't afford to buy houses anymore, then they have to live somewhere, so they become renters. And if there's so many renters here and there's only so many houses, then the rent prices should go up. So that's kind of protection there. But in terms of overbuilding, because I think you said that, oversaturation, that's why we build infills inside the city, because what's really happening is these big builders who are buying greenfield, not infill, green, which is Edmonton like a circle, right? So they're buying outside because it's cheaper land, right? But it's not serviced. So they go outside here and then they build like 50 units, and then, you know, they're competing for new product because everyone's building outside because it's all green out here. Everyone's building brand new. So that's where rent prices could go down because all they see is brand new. So if you're a tenant, this is brand new, that's brand new, and they're all 5 minutes from each other, then you have so much supply, right? That's why I say go inside the city, right? In these infill established neighborhoods, we demo old 1930 houses and then build brand new. So hopefully that answered some of your questions there.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
If nobody else, another question, I have another follow-up question.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so if you are a type of investor, not you, so a project is done, you go towards refinancing, that's assumption is that you're going to be holding. Do you have any clients that at the point of completion then sell that project to somebody else, whether it's an investor, et cetera, or splitting up the property? And actually forget the last question, because I understand MLI does not allow you to have individual title. It has to be on one title. So do you have people that are your clients that at completion sell the project to another type of investor?
So I have some clients that are entertaining that, but when we run the numbers, they all want to keep it. Because when you sell, same thing, like you pay capital gains, and really the ones who are thinking about selling are the ones out of province, and they're just like, oh, if I don't really care about holding it, I just want to build to sell. So I do have some thinking about that, but majority are thinking about building 40 units over the next 5 years, and just keep on building from there. That's a personal choice, up to you. I know you lose some money from the capital gains and the realtor fees. You could obviously you'll still profit. So, Hakeem says, do we need to have any liability in Canada? Home investment liability? You mean asset? Yeah, you need at least another 200 assets in Canada to reach that half a mil, right? Because the 300K is 300 is great. Now you need another 200, but it doesn't have to be cash. It could just be equity in properties. Well, I think we covered a lot of ground here, guys. We started at 12:30, and it is 2:44, so that's 2 hours of just pure knowledge. So, guys, if you want to take advantage of this opportunity, because you guys are in this webinar, we're also going to give you guys promotional offers. Just because you attended, you kept in touch with us, we're able to give you guys some. Does the setup have to be incorporation? It doesn't have to be, but yeah, it helps with your taxes. Yeah, set up a corp for sure, and we'll help you set that up. We'll help you do that in house. Okay. So all you have to do is text webinar plus your full name to the number below, and then we'll get you going. You do need to commit to 180,000 deposit, refundable, and then from there we were able to work together.
What? Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
One last question. I don't know, like if you touch on this one or not, but like for GST rebate, did you have any experience with filing for a GST rebate on the townhouses?
So the GST, if you're building, is called ITC, input tax credits. Okay. So when you're building and you're paying subs, which is me, your GC, you go to your accountant. I can help you do this. And then you send the invoices that you paid out so far, and then give it back to you in form of a check or direct deposit if you have that set up, called input tax credit. Okay, so that's how it works. ITC, you can Google it. ITC.
That's fine. Yeah, like I was like I know like we were looking into it like with the ready, like it's kind of like a bill houses, but like I wasn't sure like how does it work with the construction. So
yeah, that's how it works. Okay, Linda. Yeah, Linda. Yes.
Hi, Ryan. Hi, thank you so much for everything. So a quick question. With the 180, given you'll have multiple projects going on, are the funds commingled or are they set up in separate?
No, I never commingle. Never.
Okay. And is your contract available before we send the money?
Yeah, great question. So that's another thing too is if you want, we could draft up the contract prior. All you have to do is send me your ID. Text me your driver's license ID. I'll have the team draft it out. We'll send it to you. Once you sign it, you can send over the 180 as well.
Okay, and is the Slack channel or the Slack app that you're using, is that commingled or is that dedicated per project?
Dedicated per project. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
No problem at all. One thing I'm playing around with the idea is once we have, I don't know, a decent amount of maybe community of developers, because this is what's really happening is we're creating a community of people creating generational wealth from developing real estate, not just buying another duplex and then posting it on Facebook and saying, look, I got a new, like I bought a duplex, which is nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying developing is a different game because of the nature of it, is that we actually have quite a few friends who want to kind of network together as 7 and 8 figure developers, and that way we guys can learn. We can learn from each other, grow together, and kind of invest with each other and kind of do bigger things. So that's definitely in the works. But for now, the dedicated slash WhatsApp channel is dedicated per client, so you can learn the process, and then from there we can graduate towards a VIP, seven, 8 figure developer mastermind, where you guys can graduate towards as well, and then like you'll be credited towards that. So that's that's kind of in the works. Yeah, I was kind of talking about promotional offers. That's part of it as well as the VIP. Yeah, Linda.
So I have a property inner city in the Riverdale area with a fair amount of equity in it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's a great area. So I'm assuming, so what I've just done to buy another month of time on decision making is done an open variable mortgage on it. So I guess what I would end up doing there is just simply doing an equity takeout with the construction financing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay,
100%.
thanks.
Yep, 100%. Yep, yep. Thanks. I love Riverdale. Love the little brick over there, and Dog Patch. Dog Patch is it? Yeah.
Yeah, Dog Patch is fabulous.
Yeah. Love that place. Yeah. Well, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah. You guys have any Arif, Jen, Roshni, OP, Azar, Amit, Tokir, Zoom? I really hope that's not your real name. Awkward if your name is Zoom. Dory, iPhone. Or really, guys, again, remember this is recorded. The whole thing is on YouTube. You guys can check it out. Just type in Ryan Herrera, my first and last name, and it should come up, and you can watch the whole thing. You can skip through whatever stuff you missed. We can go through more questions, whatever. But development changed the game. Changed the game for me. Changed the game for a lot of people. This is how you see people developing high rises. Because they do takeouts, right? Like if we're able to do this on smaller deals, imagine doing this on a 30 million or $50 million deal. It's life changing just from one project. And this is truly how you can actually passively make money from real estate, because it's first off is brand new, meaning your property manager is happy to manage it. It's one thing to hire a property manager, but it's another thing to hire a property manager who's happy to manage your property, right? Because it's brand new. So not only that, the margins are higher. Think of this as a business. If it's a brand new, everything's brand new, nothing's falling apart, the margins are fatter. So it's usually 70-30. So 70% it goes to your NOI, 30% is expenses. Whereas an older building, it's more like 60-40 or maybe 55-45 in terms of your top line is squeezed a little more, and then your expenses are higher. So that's why brand new is better for that. Plus, you created normally on 8 units, $500,000 worth of equity within the first year. If you divide $500,000 by 12, let's say it takes 12 months, just for easy math, that's, I don't know, 42,000 a month, something like that. So you're basically making 42,000 a month passively because I'm doing everything. And then at the end you take out, and then it's already leased up, pre-leased with high quality tenants, and then you take out your money, and you own a building for $0, and then you do it again. So that's developing in a nutshell. Of course, there's risks, like the stuff I mentioned, fires or people stealing stuff or breaking our windows during construction, whatever. But that stuff happens anyways if you buy an existing building. Plus, if you buy an existing building, you just made the guys who built it 6 figures. Okay, you just made them money. They're happy, and then you're happy because you have a fully done duplex or fourplex. But who made the money, right? So let's see what other questions you have. Is it possible to see a couple of your projects? Yeah, of course. It's on my website. If you want to fly down here, if you whatever you want to do. There's no problem. No problem. Let's see. yeah, my goal is to absolutely de-risk this for you guys as much as possible. Um, I'm doing this right now by putting my face out here and saying all this free information that no one really, no one gives this out. But I'm giving it because I want to create a community. I want us all to succeed because I came from nothing and I worked hard to save up money, bought my first deal, and then I learned this game, and this game is just transformational. And look, I can't build all of Edmonton. No amount of money can I unlimited. Like, there's no point of me, hoarding this. I'd rather share this out, make you guys wealthy. I build for you, you get wealthy, and then as a community, we can maybe build together or develop bigger together, that kind of thing, right? So that's the whole goal. So there you go. There you have it. Dropped absolute fire in 2.5 hours. I've been going for 2.5. So I think that's pretty much it. I think we're good. So guys, I'm glad you guys spent your Saturday with me. Don't forget to spend time with family and go do something you like today. Maybe play some sports or something. And enjoy the sun because it's out here. But yeah, appreciate your time. Any other final things? If not, I'm gonna jump off. 10 out of 10. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. And then you have my number. So yeah, guys, we'll keep in touch. Don't sleep on your future. 2030 you should thank you. You 2025 you today. So yeah, I'll be posting the replay. I'll send you guys an email, whatever. You can do that. So guys, appreciate it. It's been fun. We'll do this again soon, and God bless you guys.